Welcome to Linda's Creative Coiling. The Carlson Combo is a combination stitch that uses 4 different stitches to complete the whole combination. Check my channel for videos on each of the 4 rows and the stitches that make up this beautiful Carlson Combo. Hello, welcome to Linda's Creative Coiling. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to do the bottom half of a diamond. You might think this sounds kind of odd, but the reason I'm doing only the bottom half will be revealed in videos yet to come. So the way I'm doing this is I'm using waxed linen thread. It's 4-ply, and I think that this is robin's egg blue, and I did a wrapped row in slate gray. My stitches in the rows previously were wider, and I did the wrapped row mostly so that I could adjust my stitch width, because the next part that I'm going to be doing, I want my stitches closer together. So I'm stitching about 3/8 of an inch apart, and I'm trying to keep them very even. And I want the walls of my basket to start angling up just a little. So I will be stitching into this wrapped row at a slight angle. I go over my thread because I don't want to get a knot. Go over my thread. I turn the basket over, and I'm going to go under just about 2 stitches, 2 threads. So I go in on the left under just a couple threads at just a slight angle. My darning needle is angled just slightly. So my row doesn't go straight out. It will go at a slight angle. I've got kind of a long thread here. I pull that very tight. I want to pull it tight so that I don't get gaps between my rows. Take another stitch, go under a couple threads, go from the left, come out on the right. Pull my thread. Need to feed my coil. I'll get a pine needle, insert it clear down deep into, because I don't want this head to show. Insert it clear down deep into the center of that coil. Push it as far as I can. Twist my gauge so it gets very flat. Under a couple threads. And I stitch out here to the end. Okay, about 2 more. I need to gauge this so that I end in the right place. I have just a little bit, so I need to really space my stitches carefully so that they can be pretty even. Pull it tight, tight, tight. I'm going to add another pine needle into the center, way down into the center. Okay, now I'm going to take a stitch, kind of splitting the distance there. Take that stitch, splitting that distance. And that's good for that. I'm going to take one more stitch. For this one, I'm going to pierce the pine needles. I'm going to go under that, down about 1/3, in on the left, and come out on the right. This next part is really just a back stitch, and the back stitch is useful at the end of a basket or for decorative. It's also a big part of this the bottom half of the diamond stitch. What I'm going to do is turn my basket over, and I'm going to go in exactly into the same hole with that previous stitch. I'm going to go exactly into that hole and come out in the front exactly where that thread is. and that makes an X, and I want to pay real close attention to where that X is on my coil so that my next row on top of that gets at the right angle where that should be. Lost my needle. Pull it up again, no knots. Okay, so I do another stitch, I turn it over, I insert my darning needle right smack dab in the middle of that stitch, right exactly where that was, and I come out in the front. Sometimes you have to poke around a little. I'm trying not to split that thread. Come out and do a little, pull it tight, and watch where my X is. I'm forming an X, and I want to watch where that is, because if it's too far out, my rows will go out. If it's too far up on my coil, my rows will come up too much for the next row. I'll do one more, go in to that same spot where that thread is. I come out in the front, oh, I missed it. Go in, come out in the front. I have to look closely. When I work upstairs, I have a really good light that I shine on it, an OT light that I work with. Helps me see better. So you can see my X's forming along my row, and I'm going to just continue back stitching all the way around, and that will form the bottom half of my diamond stitch. You can kind of see the diamond forming right there. So that's the bottom half of our diamond stitch, and we'll continue this instruction with our next video. Thanks for watching. Hope you come back soon. Bye. Thanks for watching my video. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, Linda's Creative Coiling, all you have to do is click the subscribe button and then ring the bell. Then you'll get notifications when I post new videos. See you again soon.